thanks ribbon. We're halfway through the first half. Lucy's promised that after that emotionally draining and really gritty campaign that she's going to make you laugh. No pressure. Lucy?
No pressure. Thank you. How do I do the doofer?
Right, doofer. That's it.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to make you laugh by not being able to use the doofer properly. Okay. What I'd like you to do is to have a think about a cause that you're really passionate about. What's your favourite cause? And I want you to think about how you would feel if somebody phoned up just to say thank you to you. So think about your cause. Maybe you give £2 a month. Maybe you volunteer your time. Maybe it's the cause that you fundraise for. But one day you get a call from somebody who just phones to say thank you, nothing more. There's no ask. There's no ulterior motive. The only reason is they're calling is to make you feel good and let you know the difference that you've made. How would that make you feel? Send a Cow do exactly that. Send a Cow support families and farmers in Africa. They provide livestock seeds, training, and they provide sustainable businesses for families. Last Christmas, they wanted to make their donors feel really special, and they really wanted to connect them with the cause. Send a Cow are about 10 years old, and some of their donors had supported them for the whole of that time. So they wanted to do something that was going to be really, really impactful. So on the 15th of December last year, which is African Day of Thanks, every single person at Send a Cow got on the phone just to thank their donors. So this included the frontline staff who never, ever get to talk to donors, had some really, really emotional conversations. Turns out that a lot of Send a Cow's donors live in Africa, have lived in Africa, have got really close connection to the country. So to be able to talk to someone who had shared experiences was hugely, hugely emotional and really, really connected them. It wasn't just the frontline staff, it was communication teams, fundraising teams, finance teams, volunteers. They all got on board on this particular day in December to thank everybody. They came in early, they gave up their lunch breaks, but they did everything they can to work as a team in order that everybody got thanked. When they couldn't get through to people or didn't have their phone numbers, they used different tactics. So African communities came together and they made small videos that they emailed out to people. They also made handmade cards that all of the staff signed. Clutton Primary School was one of their star supporters, or one of their super supporters that they called them. The team at Send a Cow spent some time dressed up. I don't know how well you can see that from here. They spent some time dressed up with the school. Now imagine if you were 5 years old, how cool would that be? And what would you go home and tell your parents about Send a Cow and the day that you'd had? Joe Gilbert, another one of their star supporters, had a dedicated Facebook page for a few weeks at Send a Cow. And also Tony Butterick, a retired head teacher, had his own dedicated landing page. So just think, if you had something like that, or you had a dedicated landing page for you, how special would that make you feel? What I'd like you to consider is what would have had to happen in your organisation to get everyone to work together like this. So imagine some of the conversations that would have taken place. So this is a fundraising initiative. We'd really like everyone to get on board. But no, there's no income target attached to this. No, we're not going to make an ask. I know fundraising isn't technically your job, but it would be really great to have your support if you could give some of your team's time today. How would that play out in your organisation? So whatever the culture of your organisation or the size of the organisation, it's true to say that getting people to work together can be really, really difficult. There's got to be some deliberate persuasion involved. Somebody had to be really dedicated and committed to making this thank you campaign happen. Getting people to work together can be really, really tough. So the impact of this campaign was that frontline staff got to talk directly with donors and made donors feel really, really connected and special. This was hugely motivating, both for the donor and for the staff who perhaps didn't really understand or realise how fundraising worked. It helped to integrate fundraising and communications teams who are now working together much, much better in new campaigns involving social media going forward. So again, just imagine what that would look like, fundraising and communication teams working together really, really well. So the reason that I chose this excellent, excellent thank you campaign is because most of us know that we should thank our donors outstandingly. But how many of you can really, truly hold your hand up and say that you absolutely do that every time? Great ideas like this are easy to have. It's not the idea that is difficult. It's turning that idea into something really, really tangible, into a campaign, into something that could make a difference. There are great barriers to getting everybody involved in the fundraising, and these guys got over the barriers. There's also no ask and no income target in this campaign, which I think is hugely, hugely brave. It's quick and it's simple and it's authentic. People phone to say thank you. It's a really easy thing to do. It didn't take a huge amount of budget. You don't have to be a great, big, massive organisation in order to be able to do something like that. But for me, the most important thing is the commitment to thanking their donors, to make their donors feel good and understand the difference that they have made. Now, making people feel good about how they give and their donation is absolutely core to fundraising. And that is why I wish that I had thought of that. Thank you.